Hello YouTube, let's play some chess, playing with the white pieces, and we're going to see if we can get a job over London. We can't, but I always like to play against Englund Gambit. My opponent seems to be prepared. I like to go for this line, just delaying the tension between these pawns, attacking the queen. I'm basically up a pawn here, so if he blocks, I'm now gonna take, and I'm just up a pawn. Well, I won't say forever, but at least he can't win a pawn back like this. This is also a weakness now. I'm gonna put my bishop back just to keep this annoying pin. He still seems to be prepared, so I should watch out. Maybe he has plans to go there with the knight. Could go here, which is actually bit interesting. Let's say he goes there anyway. I take the bishop. Might look like preemptively moving pieces twice, but I think this actually makes sense here. Because if we trade knights, my queen can't really be kicked around too much. And maybe he wins this pawn afterwards. But that bishop feels like it could be a vulnerability for him. Also, I have some checks in the future. There's a lot of pressure on this pawn now. Feel like I should keep developing. Wondering if I can attack the bishop in any beneficial way, but I don't think so. So let's just develop. See what he wants to do. And checks on this diagonal are always annoying for him. He needs to calculate all that stuff. Also this check, now it's covered by the bishop, but might be a thing in the future. Like I said, my queen can't really be kicked around too much. Like c5 is, I'd say, weakening. Then he has a backwards pawn, so... And I can move my queen back, for instance, with tempo on his bishop, so don't even lose a tempo there. Yeah, so now he has moved his bishop again. So I'm ahead in development quite a bit. And probably e4 makes sense now. e3 is a little bit safer though. Could also consider applying more pressure to this pawn. Yeah, I think just taking control of the center makes sense, also freeing up my bishop to develop. This pawn might be a bit weak, but not too much. Yeah, so he wants to prevent this check, makes sense. My bishop is nice on this diagonal as well, I feel like. Also threatening to take the knight and then win this pawn. So this comes with tempo. He drops the bishop back. At least he can't castle. So yeah, he could try and defend this pawn some more with this bishop probably. And I'm ready to castle next move. I want to castle kingside because queenside, there's a lot of weaknesses around there. Okay, so is that a counterattack? So let's say I take here and then here. My queen and knight are both defending this pawn still. And I would be attacking his queen and rook. Or not rook actually. But I think it's still good. Because this, and I'm still defending this well enough. Could consider taking with the queen actually. Because even if he trades, my knight is still defending this. And he can't castle there. I'm up a pawn. Should be an okay endgame. This though looks really nice. I think I'm gonna go for this. He can't go this as an in-between move because I just take his queen. And if he goes here with the bishop, then I can take his queen and win the bishop actually. So if you just straight here, I'm preventing him from castling, I'm up a pawn. This pawn is protected. He can't easily kick this knight out to basically remove the defender. He's gonna add another attacker though, but I can just castle, I feel like. It's a bit dangerous with the rook here, but not too scary. And yeah, especially with the queens off the board, that shouldn't be a problem. This makes sense actually now. He doesn't have a light squared bishop and not a queen, so this diagonal is a bit weak, but actually doesn't really matter. Oh, he has a dark squared bishop. I said light squared as well. But still, that doesn't matter too much. Don't know if I should allow his bishop to come in here though. Could bring my knight up, which makes sense. I think c6 is weakening, and it also covers this square. Yeah, f3 might not have been best. I don't know why I didn't see he had a dark squared bishop. Okay, so now he's threatening this and trying to win my bishop probably. So I need to move it back. And I don't know. It was a question between h4 and d4, I'd say. But here at least I can drop my bishop back to defend that diagonal some more. Again, if he plays c6, that still feels weakening. Also, yeah, I was gonna say, knight f6 is a threat now. Attacking the rook, defended by the bishop. Now he defends that twice. Could consider going for this, but that hangs a pawn. So probably not the best plan. So I could just attack here. Provoke this weakness maybe. And sure, he can take here. Then after this, that should be good for me. And if I provoke this weakness, that should be good for me as well. Wondering if I can go for this check, but probably then I lose this pawn in the end, so I might just have to go back to c3. But that's fine. Because then d6 at least is weak. His dark squares are weak, so my bishop can maybe swing over. Yeah, so I probably have to go for this. Knight f4 might be interesting as well. Let's say takes, knight takes, he takes my rook. Yeah, that's not best. So I think I'm gonna go back. Might have been alright, but I think this is safer at least. Now I need to speed up a bit, I'd say. Okay, so he's trying to kick my knight out, trying to win this pawn. I can just move it up. I see no issue with that. My rook is defending the knight, so it's not a problem. Like I said, my bishop now probably belongs on f2, defending my king, as well as making use of these dark squares. And I probably want to bring a rook over and start pressuring his d pawn. And for that reason, bishop g3 might make sense as well. So maybe I delay moving my bishop for now. I'm still looking at this plan, but doesn't seem to work. Yeah, so I could move my bishop now. Actually go into that endgame with a pawn up. Which I think I should go for. And if he doesn't trade, then this was one of the bishop moves I was considering anyway. So this I'm not too scared of. Could, for example, now start threatening stuff. This bishop has really nice scope here. This trade, of course, bishop for knight would be fine for me. And this is a threat now. Yeah, he sees it. Although I can still play this if I want to. Bishop has to move, then I attack the rook. Rook has to move. Makes a bit of sense. I think for now I just want to improve my rook. And of course I need to watch out for this tension here, but seems fine for now. Maybe he places a bishop here, attacking this pawn, because this pawn is pinned. But there's multiple ways to get out of that. Yeah, that's just a plain attack on that pawn. Could consider this. Also just moving the pawn up isn't stupid. Because this, I feel like I can get out of. Check. Yeah, I don't think there's a sacrifice here, so this should be fine. And it's an endgame, so moving pawns in front of my king isn't the worst. Now f4 is probably even stronger. So yeah, he's planning to go here. Let's see what I want to do. I think I have to go for f4 now. And this still isn't too scary. I can move my bishop back, for instance. Now I do have this plan. Let's say he goes here, then this. Yeah, this looks alright. If he pushes the pawn, I can attack the rook. And then afterwards this... Am I missing something? I don't think so. If the rook moves, I have a fork, winning the bishop. Which he will get 2 pawns for, so... It's not over, but... That's definitely a win for me. Maybe afterwards he has a... fork. No, he doesn't. Yeah, he does probably. So takes. No, that comes with check. So that should be fine. And now he is threatening this. So... Bishop there actually hangs my bishop. Let's move my rook here so I can move this bishop with check. So this is in the fork. Okay, he's still threatening the fork. So let's move my bishop here now. Also plans to infiltrate. And he still has these ideas, but I don't think they really work. This infiltration seems pretty scary for him. Yeah, so he decides to tackle that. So maybe just attack the bishop. Because my other rook maybe wants to go to the e-file. Of course, I need to watch out for my knight. But I should be able to handle that as well. So let's move over. Now I can put a piece there if I want to. Because there I can take with the rook. If he goes here, I take this rook. Should be fine. Okay, rook moves. Can go there attacking the bishop. Twice actually. Could take here. Takes, take the bishop, he takes. Should be alright as well. And if he takes here, then I just take his bishop with check, winning a rook. So it takes, I win a bishop. Yeah, I have a minute on the clock, so that's the main problem, I'd say. So he is gonna go for that, of course. Let's go for this. And let's see. I'm gonna call his bluff. Which maybe was stupid, by the way. Well, actually my bishop is defending here. Oh, but this rook will then hang. Okay, so this was stupid. But that's the thing when you're low on time. And the endgame might still be drawn, by the way. Maybe I can give up a rook here. Probably not worth it. Maybe here, actually. Yeah, so we go into this endgame. Not much I could do. And let's see. Probably have to go for this. Yeah, this is losing, of course, but I have to try. And I might still be a draw here. But he can go for this sacrifice and then it's pretty much over, but you never know. If he finds it, he does. Okay, that was a quicker way to checkmate, but okay. Let's prolong it as long as we can. That's just one more move. Let's checkmate. Let's go to the game review. Of course I know where we messed up. Mainly on time actually, because I wouldn't have made that blunder otherwise. But let's go to the review. So yeah, this opening was good for white, of course. This idea was best. So here I'm just way ahead in development. And here, queen d5 or knight d5 is best. Yeah, there's a lot of threats. Knight d5 just attacking this some more. Queen d5 attacking the rook. But this wasn't best. But this still is a nice endgame for me. Didn't really play it optimally. Yeah, let's get to the point where I want the bishop. So right here, yeah, this is completely winning, so I should have converted this. This was all good. Even this, and then time trouble probably here. Well, here actually. Yeah, this was just a mistake. H3, yeah, that's easiest. Just not giving him any checks. I believe this would even be fine. Yeah, this would still be winning for me. But now, black is just better. This is considered brilliant, but yeah, not that brilliant. So yeah, and here that was just nothing for me to do. So, okay. It wasn't the best game, but I learned a lot. I hope you did as well. Let me know what you think. For now, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.